Hey Simmers!
Hi everyone!
Welcome to Make 2 and an original house design. This is in your town, Sims Peaks, but we built it together. So, as you can see, it is on the mainland, right in the middle of all this residential stuff, but it is actually a business. It's a music recording studio.
Yeah, I think as we've mentioned in a few of our videos, or certainly if you've seen lots of our neighbour videos, making recording studios in houses is really popular, possibly because of the Teen Idol Mansion or just because we all like listening to music. So we thought, what if we had a whole building that's actually a professional recording studio?
Yeah. We watch the show Empire, which is also about a record label or about the family that owns and fights over a record label. So I think that definitely was a huge inspiration for us.
And I also think it's okay it being in a residential area. If you think of Abbey Road Studios in London, that's just in a pretty residential area. Abbey Road actually has lots of houses on. Yeah. Very expensive houses.
Alright, so this is the main entranceway. You get through these two double doors because I figured that was kind of a fancy setup. And that immediately gets into this reception area. Very big and grand because, again, it's a music studio and you know the record business has tons of money.
Or at least has to look like it does.
Yeah.
And we've gone for some interesting colours, this kind of reddish-brown for the walls.
Reddish-brown?
What colour are the walls?
It's brown.
Brown.
Color blindness strikes again.
Yeah. As well as a Scandinavian countertops to give a little bit of a different feel.
I just felt that they were kind of funky and interesting looking, and so, you know, they could be like a trendy style reception desk, which would fit in with a record studio.
Yeah. And I think these rugs, though I've struggled in my own kind of house builds, residential builds, to fit them in, they actually work absolutely perfectly for this style. So modern, super modern, showy-offy style, they look great.
And on the wall here, we've got a lot of these preteen plaques, which I think you get for, like, sending a preteen to, like, school and getting their grades up really high. But they're meant to be, you know, records. You know,
like gold records.
Exactly, or platinum records and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, back here, you've got bathrooms for men and women, and elevator up to the next floor, and a hallway. Off the back of the hallway, you can get out to this outdoor area, which is communal seating for employees and clients and things like that, so they can, you know, have that fountain with benches. I'm not that great at landscaping. I think I'm still trying to get used to the new plants that we got, but did what I could. Anyway, and then the corridor bends this way. So, actually, before I do that, off of the corridor here is the main conference room where... So if you watch the show Empire, Lucius Lyon and Cookie and everybody else would do all their business here in this fancy room. And again, went for these Scandinavian counters on either side of the massive TV, again, just because they're kind of, you know, funky and weird looking.
Yeah. The only thing we couldn't fit in is a chair at the top of the table, because these tables are too wide and we wanted to fit everything in the room.
Yeah.
But that would be obviously where the Lucius character or the head of the studio would sit.
Or Cookie. So then further down the hallway, as it bends over here, you have some offices where employees would be. So they have each got a computer and also a stereo because they work for a record label. And then through here is the CEO's suite. So the receptionist area is here, and that has just this nice couch here for, for seating while they're waiting to see the big dude or the big lady, if you will. And then this is the big dude or big lady's office. So this suite is decorated with a red wallpaper, which I just felt like was flashy and money. And the rug also, and, you know, they've got this...
really nice stereo.
Really nice stereo.
Lamp,
the nice stereo because, again, just trying to keep with the music touches. You know, the CEO would definitely have something like that in his office. Or her office. And over here, the CEO has a private bathroom.
With shower because
you know,
they want one, so they get one.
Exactly. So, if you took the elevator up to the second floor...
This is where the business gets done.
Yes. So you come out into this hallway, and on one side is recording studio number 1. So you set this up kind of.
Yeah, so there's 2 rooms. Often as we see actually in the Teen Idol mansion as well, you have a room where the recording gets monitored, which is this one here. And you have a big monitoring desk
You
with...
can pretend that this is that
those big, huge
control
consoles.
board with, the things that you push up and down.
Yeah, all the thousands of knobs and buttons and twiddly things. There's some monitor speakers behind, so they can hear what's going on, or the people else in the room, but probably the main guy or girl at the table would have on headphones or whatever.
Yeah, and there's multiple chairs because there's always, an extra producer or extra, label
or
person.
The
or
love interest or
Exactly.
whatever. So there's some spare instruments in the room too, just in case anyone needs to switch out.
And I also put a video camera in here just for the heck of it.
Or just if you want to get that in-production shots, the kind of behind-the-scenes documentaries. And then the main room itself, this is for a whole band. So you have keyboards, 2 lead guitars, the lead singer, drums, and no bass guitar.
Really?
I can't remember where it's gone.
Oh, I might have moved it just for space, sorry.
Yeah, anyway. So here you have one for a whole band. And
and I just want to point out that, the walls are this sci-fi wall, but they're meant to be soundproofing.
the foam padding.
Yeah,
because these are the ones that have a bit more 3D texture to them. And that's why the floor also looks either carpeted or here it's that wood particle to again just help with absorbing sound. As we cross the room to the...
Hold on.
Do you want to do the other bits first?
Well, there's just a bathroom there.
Yeah, a little bathroom there.
Yeah.
And
This
over here
next
is the
recording studio.
next recording studio, a different shape. And here we have, a very similar setup for the producer. And in the recording studio, there's some instruments at the side just in case, but these are just 5 microphones. So this is potentially for any, boy band, backing vocals.
Or
this is
girl
to record,
group.
Or girl group. This is to record all 5 of them at once.
Yeah. One Direction.
Yeah. Or,
you'd
or
only
voiceovers for Disney movies.
If it was One Direction, I think you'd only need 4 microphones now. Ooh. Then anyway.
Flame wars in the comments. And then to the side, separately, there's a separate booth which is for solo recording.
Yeah.
And we actually got this idea from a neighbour of ours who had this in their basement.
Adriana, who I think depending on the publishing schedule for this week, we might have already published her house, so you should go and check it out. We'll link to it.
It's just a really nice idea that you don't need a big, huge recording studio. You can just have a small one just for an individual singer, or I think, someone recording podcasts or videos or whatever else, voiceover things. So that's really cool. So you've got 2 in 1 for this larger studio area. And then on the rest of the floor you have what's kind of like a green room, just chill out area for the artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we've just got, lots of couches, a TV, a games console, and of course lots of places to get snacks. So there's a soda machine, coffee,
machine.
and then just some food on this nice table for the artists, and outside there's just a place they can sit and take a breather from recording.
Then, taking the elevator up to the 3rd floor, that comes out here, and you can immediately get into this room, which we envisioned as a place for music videos to be recorded on site. Empire Records, on the TV show that we keep referring to, I think they film a lot of music videos inside the building, so that's kind of what we were going for. Multiple cameras in different positions to get different camera angles on what's going on under the lights over here. And I mean, you could technically paint the walls and use whatever lighting you want to, but I just thought go for a breakdancing look to it.
Yeah, for that particular video, and the room's left empty so you can bring in whatever props you need for that particular video.
Exactly. And then over here, there are a couple of dressing rooms. So I put in these dressing tables, which are a prize for completing the makeup artist hobby. And there are a couple of them. So you can walk into one and then walk into the next one. This one happens to have a mirror on the wall. And then back here, there's another couple of bathrooms for men and women. And then through here is... we would say it's both a bar and also the cafe for the employees to come up and have.
It's more like a party cafe.
It's a record label.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to have just an ordinary cafeteria. They got to have stuff looking really nice. So yeah, these table and stools come from. I think there was just like a limited time item.
We just stocked up.
Yeah. So when they came available in the game, we just put a bunch in inventory. And there's these outdoor bar. I can't remember where it came from, but you know.
Can you put those inside normally? You can.
No.
Did you do something funny here?
Yes, you can put them only inside. They don't go outside.
This is not it's an inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So through here, you can then get to this wraparound balcony for outdoor seating. Just, you know, it's nice to have. I picture this building maybe being in LA or something with really nice weather, so people can
probably
definitely come
not
out
St.
to
John's
enjoy.
Wood in London like Abbey Road.
So yeah, the bar area is accessible, or behind the bar is accessible via these doors here, but the rest of the balcony would be out there. And this is the roof.
You haven't just gone for a plain, again, kind of that Californian style flat roof.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not great colours to help with making the roof feel West Coast, but I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the wood in the patio and balcony
I agree.
helps with that illusion, and I tried to go for that, especially in the lobby with these bamboo fountains and the Japanese flower arrangement there. You know, just have that kind of like Eastern feel to it as well. Very trendy.
So that is our record studio. Full-on professional setup for all your recording needs.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the tour. Please let us know in the comments what you think, and feel free to subscribe to our channel if you're new, because we've got plenty more Sims FreePlay videos on the way.
Thanks for watching.